and click on the link if you need a counselor. If you need some financial aid, click on it. And it's going to direct you to different avenues of people that's here to help, because that's what we are here for, the worldwide communication of helping each other and loving each other, because we are in a crisis, for say. And during that crisis, people are supposed to come together. And this is not just in your city or in your state or in your country. Everybody is feeling the effects of what this change is going on, which they call a pandemic. Now, within my life, I would say I don't have plenty of pandemics, but it helped me grow to understand to where I'm trying to express to y'all and give y'all opinions about how my family is embracing the changes that's going on in our lives. Ain't nothing pretty right now, from what people might think, but we will have this show here to where you can just go to podbean.com, look up Transition to Changes Mission, and if you need smoothing music or smoothing type of conversation that's family and friendly podcast show while you're driving or while you're sitting back in the living room looking at TV or anything, that's what we're here for. And if you need information, that will be all on our websites. That's on
transitionalchangesmission.wordpress.com. So you can transform your story. One thing about it, personal narrative plays a role in how we approach situations in life, like other people and our own self-concept. Our story contains countless pieces of information, some random, some insignificant. So basically, our experience of the world is shaped by the stories we tell ourselves and our interpretations of it. And these stories can often become so distorted and destructive that they completely hinder our ability to live balanced, purposeful, happy lives. So the key to personal transformation is story transformation. First, you got to assess who you are. That's the first step in rewriting your story.
Yes, and one main thing that you got to assert and understand with yourself, if you are above 6 feet right now, let's get a hand clap. Not 6 feet apart, but 6 feet above.
So you say, ask yourself, what is my story? And what would I like to change about it? Take time to truly figure out who you are, what is missing, what needs to be improved, and how you want to be in the future. An important part of this step is to realize that you can be resilient and rise above challenging times and a challenging past by taking steps towards positive change.
Yes, because at first, man, it might look like right now a lot of uncertainty. Maybe because of no leadership, maybe because, surrounding areas. And people, please remember that I'm talking to the world. We reaching out to everybody. One thing on this show, man, it's inspiring. We're going to make you laugh, make you think. And like I said before, if you're 6 feet above, there's no reason for you to be walking around breaking yourself down being sad. Because what you do on the outside goes internal. And that can make your blood not travel good in your body. It makes you sick. It makes you weary. A lot of people, for instance, when I hear somebody being diagnosed with something, it's like 3 months later they're gone. One thing that I say about that is that when you hear that news, that's going inside of you, and your body just start breaking down and things. Not to say that you don't need that diagnosis now. Everybody need to go see them doctors. But right now, there's no reason for nobody to not know to get to know themselves. Get them, start meditating while you got all this time on yourself, or start enjoying the things that's in front of you. I mean, right now, for example, me helping my wife do homeschooling right now is a memory that will never be lost in my mind for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. What subject are you teaching, King?
Oh, I'm on math and science and...
I already got the girl counting money, huh?
Oh, yes.
She's going to be expensive in the future.
Yes, I enjoy seeing the reward of my daughter learning how to count from 100 to 200, or learning how to tell time, and all the beginning of avenues or whatever.
From 1 to 100.
Yes, from 1 to 100. But for the ones that's teenagers and everything, seeing my son going to college, getting ready to go to college.
Yes, that's a blessing. Seeing your baby daughter learn how to walk for the first time.
Yes.
You would have been at work. Identify what changes you want to make. The second step is to begin to work on the changes needed to rewrite your story. I have a friend who I'm going to call her Lisa. She's an intelligent woman who balances working and raising a family. She is responsible, educated, and kind hearted. However, due to a troubled childhood, Lisa has always been the type of person who gets very wrapped up in her own life. Only her husband and children are included in her circle. As a result of this, her coworkers and friends feel they cannot count on Lisa for guidance or support. Lisa is the fun friend, but not someone her friends can rely on. While she has enjoyed being known for a good laugh, this has always bothered her. So after serious contemplation, she decided to rewrite her story and make a more concerted effort to be what she calls a heart friend, along with being a fun friend. A heart friend checks in on friends when they were going through a tough time, makes offers to help in times of need, and listen to people's stories of pain and struggle. It has taken some time, but Lisa has succeeded and is now not only an attentive friend, but she also feels more balanced in life and more able to reach out for support when she needs it.
Yes, yes, and we sure enough as a family needed some support when our change started happening in our lives. Came out of nowhere, man, but in the long run, the negativity that I thought, which led to me, man, we got thousands of emotions and sensors in our bodies. During my transformation, man, that was one of the greatest parts of my life because I had time to slow down, had time to learn myself, learn a lot of knowledge, and spend a lot of time with me and my wife. And throughout that, it taught me a lot of things to get ready for if you stay humble. Because I would say I might have wasn't as humble as I was, but during that transformation, it happened, and I became humble. I became more vigilant to things and being a more aware and listening to myself. Because you got the greatest compass on this planet, and that's your body. If you start building that immune system up, start building your Covax, start building all your internal organs and external, you'll be walking around with a force shield. And faith is the main thing. So throughout this, I would never say that this is the worst year of my life. This is the best year of our lives because change is here. And the question that I got on the call to action to people, what are you finna do with this change? Change is just an opportunity. Opportunity of which direction you finna go. Actually, you at a intersection, four-way intersection. And which way you gonna go? You gonna go straight, left, backwards, or whatever. But you got to take this time, just like that's why they got stop signs. Stop, look, and pay attention. Pay attention to what your body trying to tell you and which direction to go in. Don't get it twisted, people. You're going to make that step that's already written in the book of life. It's already written that you're going to go through these changes and you got all these emotions going on like I had, and you might start looking at it negative and all this. As I learned, I stopped getting emotional when things are happening. For example, if I had to meet somebody at a specific time somewhere, this used to happen to me all the time when I was driving. Something happened out, I'm a very strategic person of planning. And I like to be on schedule. And I matched up with somebody that was almost the same. So I didn't want to let him down at times that I had to meet him. When I had all the plans laid out, something might happen. Flat tire, trailer, or anything might slow me down. Man, I used to get hot. And I know some of these truck drivers know what I'm talking about. Got better as it slowed me down. Sometimes I sit on the side of the road for 2 or 3 hours waiting on help. But it actually, let me say this. I give a shout out to North Carolina State Trooper. He came by and saw me sitting there for 3 hours. He made me get in his car and he took me to go get something to eat and brought me back to the truck and he said he was to keep an eye on me. I would say that during those times that I was sitting and didn't understand, whenever it happened, a quick fix, say for instance, I broke down for an hour and they fixed me up and I got ready to get out there on the road, man, I seen some horrific stuff. I'm talking about riding past something that I was shaking, saying that I got to say a prayer because I know for a fact that they didn't make it. And I look back at that time frame. If I would have pulled out at that time, I might have would have been in that accident. And that happened on multiple times to a point to where I said, this is out of my hands. I said all this to say, this is what's going on in this change. It might help you. Hopefully this show will help you to lay down ease tonight, because the uncertainty, as you can see the statistics going up of the weary of what's next, that's what we all got a human default in us on that. And you just got to learn how to turn that knob down, because your mind going to turn all night long. You toss and turn. You losing the sleep. I mean, here I am, was doing a first shift gig, and all of a sudden that ended, and I had to move on to do the next thing to keep my family going, but it wasn't easy. I would say that. I'm not saying that it's easy. But during that time, my mind went click. It was like a light switch went off. Here go a change. Instead of me being caught off guard about a change, I started bracing or embedding into my body change is coming, or my body telling me that change is coming. And once that alignment comes, that's when you start having more control of those knobs. And all I'm saying with my opinion to people is slow down for a minute. Look at what's in front of you that is positive. Everything is positive. We just got all these emotions inside us that we don't understand and asking questions about, either unconsciously or consciously. And you just got to get everything aligned, take some therapy. Like I said, Transition to Changes mission.wordpress.com is going to soon have many sponsors, many donors. We got a lot of people that outreach to us. We finna add these links to our website. And we got 2 websites. That's Transition to Changes Mission, podbean.com. And we got the Transition to Changes mission.wordpress.com. And on both of them, you can leave your messages. Off of this show, you can tell us your story if you'd like for us to read it to the people, because people, we are here for each other. And we need to hear these stories, because maybe if you hear a story of somebody going through something worse, it might help you understand that you are blessed. I mean, here we are in the States, and that's why we reached out to the world, because this COVID is worldwide. The States got plenty of financial things that is doing that was prepared more, say, than Cuba or maybe China or anywhere in the world, Iran, any of these countries. But yeah, we falling behind a little bit, but financially we doing pretty good when we hear some of these stories. And I'm shooting out to everybody. Call in Somalia, call in Egypt, call in China, call in. Leave us a message from all these countries, because we need to hear these stories worldwide, because a lot of people right now going through these changes. We going through a season changes. We going through, now the president supposed to be sick. We might be going through an election. We finna come up on the New Year's. We finna come up on holidays. Doing trucking, when I was driving truck going through all these states, it opened my mind to expand worldwide. Hopefully our show will help you understand to expand your mind. I mean, even this racism that's going on, if so-called racism or any type of injustice, we got to, if this is going on worldwide, my people, we are trying to inspire people to do a call of action. Write to us, call out to us, because we will get your message across as an individual or as in groups or organizations. That's what Transition to Changes mission is here for.
Absolutely. So I encourage and challenge you all to go from a fun friend to a hard friend in your endeavors, in your interactions with everyone who comes across your path. For more information about this show tonight, you can check us out at transitionalchangesmission.podbean.com, and also check out our blog on transitionalchangesmission.wordpress.com. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Our show topic is scenarios. So we'll be doing a scenario and submitting it to all of our listeners to get your input and your feedback. And this is going to be a very interactive show. This is the first time that we're trying something like this, and I'm very certain you're going to love it. So stay tuned.
Yes. You're going to love it, man. I know I already am waiting for it and anticipating for it. And like I said, man, lock this in, man. We are here now. And we are here on all avenues. Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything. We got all these outlets, and like I